Hey guys, we're going to be reviewing OG versus Misfits. OG actually has been on a tear recently, but they dropped that odd game to Fnatic, and now they're facing off versus Misfits. Misfits having a little bit of a resurgence with Moose back in as a coach. I'm pretty excited to see how this game goes. I have tons of respect for both teams, and I don't think it's going to be an easy matchup for either team, so yeah, let's have at it. Jarvan ban, Yasuo ban, Yasuo targeting Locodoco, Galio ban. Galio been used as a support, and Misfits is a team that's been struggling, I would say, to play more standard. And when a team is struggling in terms of coordination and struggling in terms of playing standard, banning out champions like Jarvan and Galio can be really good because these are really easy champs with good engages that is very beneficial and helpful for Misfits. On the other hand, Misfits banning out Yasuo, Cassio, looks like they're just banning out strong picks, Lucian. I would expect Origin to take... Oof! Okay. I would have said I expected Origin to take Urgot here, but taking Karthus instead. What Karthus signifies is 1-3-1. Karthus does not signal team fighting. Karthus signals 1-3-1. So we're going to be looking at Origin running 1-3-1 comps with the Karthus, which they've been doing a lot. Let's see how Misfits counters that. Yep, all the bots go on YouTube. Yep, Urgot reply. I do think Urgot is higher priority than Karthus, so I'm pretty curious they took Karthus instead. Urgot Aatrox. Urgot Aatrox? Yeah, fuck no. Urgot All-Star, please. All-Star, probably the best support in the game right now. Replying with Yorick into Urgot, very standard. It's either Yorick or Sion into Urgot. Those are probably the main replies. Let's see what Locodoco takes. Braum instead. Okay, just kind of matching the picks. Misfits took top end support, and Origin matching with top end support. The only power pick they really took is Karthus, but let's see how it fares for them. Ooh, taking Kai'Sa here. They're gonna ban out. They're gonna ban out ADs. Misfits are gonna ban out ADs. So I know you guys can't see because my webcam is covering it. They banned Israel. Israel LeBlanc. I thought they banned more ADs, but banning LeBlanc instead. I'm pretty curious about the LeBlanc ban. I guess because running LeBlanc plus Karthus can be really scary for Misfits. LeBlanc solo lane kill pressure combined with Karthus. Wow, I'd be so surprised if they took Azir there. Yeah, he's just trolling. Holy shit, Ivern pick though. Wow. Oh man, let's talk about this a little. Ivern pick. So, Ivern can actually be used as a jungle to aggressively counter jungle in the early game by getting onto top of enemy camps and like befriending them and smiting it to take the camps away really quickly and then returning to your own camps. Oh man, I haven't seen Ivern in forever, so I'm gonna be very interested to see how this plays out. Tristana, oh not Tristana, Zoe. One thing that's kind of bad about running Zoe with the Karthus is it doesn't become a true 1-3-1 comp. When you have a Zoe, you're more of a 1-4 comp. You can only have one player in the side lane, and usually it's the Yorick that's going to be in the side lane or an AD. So I guess you could run a 1-3-1 with Zoe in mid lane and the AD and Yorick in the side lane. Let's see what Misfits takes. Ori into Zoe is not a counter pick. This is them just picking for the comp. So what comp does Misfits have? This is team fight with capital letters. That's the only thing this comp is really looking to do. Team fight, team fight, team fight, team fight, team fight. When you have Ori, All-Star, Urgot, Kai'Sa, these are all, and even Ivern, these are all teamfight champions. and their main win condition is teamfight. And that's all they're really looking to do, scale up and teamfight. As for, on the other end here, for Origin, they can teamfight, but they also can run a 1-3-1 with Karthus supporting the Yorick. So both teams are teamfights, but I do think this teamfighting setup is much stronger. Ori, Kai'Sa, Alistar, Urgot. Yeah, this teamfight setup is so much stronger and has so much engage tools, where Origin also has a decent teamfight comp, but they don't have engage tools, and they're more set for 1-3-1. Is there a better blind pick open than Zoe though? Nope. There isn't a better blind pick open than Zoe. Especially, I'm trying to think what they could have taken. Because they have a Karthus, you can take something aggressive, but I don't see anything aggressive that Origin could have taken. Cassio is better, Cassio is banned. LeBlanc is banned, Cassio is banned. Ivern counters Karthus. Alright, let's see how if Ivern does counter Karthus. Locodoco. I also think they could have, yeah, something like Ahri also wouldn't have been bad. Ahri with Joey. But Ahri blind right now seems scary as fuck. You blind Ahri, other team takes something like Syndra. Oof. Where would you put TL in terms of LEC? G2 better than them, and then between Origin and who's the other team I'm thinking of? There's one more team I'm thinking of. Schalke. It's hard to say where TL would fare. I actually think TL would beat Schalke. TL over Schalke. I'm not sure where TL would do versus Origin. Ugh. Playing Yorick versus Urgot in early levels. That's the life. It's a constant state of misery. At least in early levels for Yorick, before he really has his skills and before he has his girlfriend. Looks like there wasn't any counter jungling shenanigans from Maxlor. Early game's gonna be pretty stale for both teams. Karthus and Ivern aren't the greatest of gankers. They're both like supported champions more so than pressure gank heavy champions. Ivern does a good job of providing vision and being where the laner needs to be. His jungle pathing is really flexible. He's great in low econ jungle situations because when Ivern functions pretty well as a low econ jungler, he does fall off later on though. That's the problem he has, because he'll get a good mid game power spike by just rushing stuff like Redemption, but later on in the game you basically are running two supports and you don't have a true jungler, where Karthus is definitely going to be a menace mid game. Karthus is going to matter so much more than Ivern mid game, where Ivern's just like doing the supportive things. I guess Redemption and Aegis will help versus Karthus ult in the AoE damage, but still, you're not a real champion. And Karthus is definitely more than a real champion. it's not like Misfits comp overall will fall off though, because Kai'Sa, Ori, All-Star, these are all great champs in mid and late game. It's just Ivern will definitely fall off, and it's important that they do stuff while Ivern's relevant. And like true late game, Karthus Tristana is gonna be better than whatever the fuck Misfits is running. But when I talk true late game, it's like level 3, or not level 3, 3 or 4 items, so that's a long way to go. Also, how did the solo kill happen? Oh damn. Looks like Mithy was kind of out of position. So in melee matchup, it is so resident sleeper, because what happens is, the thing we talked about, Karthus being able to help side lanes. Why melee matchups are so resident sleeper is the melee champion that goes in is going to get punished. If All-Star WQs in, and they don't have enough burst to kill someone, Braum is able to punish the All-Star on the way out. If the Braum goes in and Braum doesn't have enough damage to kill someone, then Braum's going to get punished on the way out. That's exactly what happened. Braum went in there, and they're able to punch Braum on the way out. And Soaz getting hit by the W, and Yorick's girlfriend, and the 4 goals, being able to kill Soaz along with Karthus ult. Ivern gang finally happening. Burning flash off from Zoe. Oh man, Thud's not having a good day. How the fuck did he get caught there? Oh, looks like he was contesting a ward or something. Oh, he was trying to do crab. He was trying to do crab, and Karthus and Yorick came in and was able to pincer Soaz. Yikes. Freshly burned flash also. Damn, this early Herald play is fucking huge. I talk about it all the time, but when you get an early Herald and you're able to use it before plating fall, it is so good. It is so fucking good. It is such a huge gold swing. I would really like to see Colt use his Herald before the plating fell. Threads clears out this pink, going for Herald, gets caught out. It's not gonna have a good day. Yikes. Caught by Yorick wall into Zoe's feet. Oh man, Karthus, you have about minute 22 to use the Herald before plating falls. Oh, he's not gonna use it? Go top before the plating falls. Karthus, use the Herald before the plating falls. Thank you. Thank you. Looks like we see Misfits replying with a bottom play when they see Karthus going top. I would have really liked to seen OG play a little bit more defensive bottom while they're making the top play. OG actually were able to get 2 turrets, but these 2 deaths, oh man, only 1 death. I thought, what if one more person was gonna die? But Patrick dying here and Mithy almost dying scares me a lot for Origin. They could have easily backed off a turret or waited until Zoe got there and it would have been much better. Karthus ult securing a 2nd kill for him. Man, this is a good day to be Karthus. Damn, that Zoe poke followed up by Karthus. Dark Harvest makes things so unfair. Now what OG really wants to do is stabilize bot side and keep pressuring the lead on top side they have on Yorick to Urgot. They can give up this turret if need be, but don't give up the dragon and just keep buying time for Yorick to pressure all the way, even into the inhibitor turrets. Because you can have Yorick come down, but Yorick in a side lane versus Urgot who's struggling is something that's really detrimental. Yeah, they're crashing the wave all the way in, forcing Thrach to miss creeps, and Yorick coming mid with the priority he has. Karthus actually able to get the steal on Dragon too. Catching out Ivern also. Oh man. Cold is on fire. Holy shit. So for those of you guys that don't know, Cold used to be trashy. And he used to play back in NA. He went back to Europe and played on teams like Unicorns of Love and Splice. Karthus just coming in here with the casual. Boop. Smite steal. Why Karthus doesn't get played in NA is, I talked about it, but side lane priority and side lane pressure and side lane play is what's important for Karthus, not necessarily team fights. So Karthus wants to be using his ult to help the side lanes, and because there isn't that much side lane play going on, that's why Karthus isn't seen that much in NA. Misfits replying with a good mid turret though. Cold also forced to burn flash. I would really like to see Alfari in a side lane. I think they just need to split push more. Like put Alfari boss side and let Alfari split push. Where OG not split pushing with Alfari is actually hurting them a lot in terms of pushing the lead they got on top of Yorick. Yorick functions best when he's in a side lane 1v1ing someone or forcing 1v2s in a side lane. When Yorick's forced to group, he's much lesser of a champion than stuff like Urgot. Damn, Misfits caught up so much. And I think OG did a terrible job of maintaining their lead. I think they should have been so much better about staying in side lanes and constantly pushing. But Misfits are better about their tempo, and they're constantly forcing OG into awkward and situations they don't want to be in. The Misfits are always a little bit ahead on tempo of Origin. So while they're on top of mid turret, Alfari hasn't even started hitting top turret. Now he's finally on the top turret and hitting it. It's just he needs to be more, I would say, ignorant of what's going around on other parts of the map and split push. He needs to just be okay with his team kind of, I guess, suffering in mid lane and put the pressure on, because him coming mid is such a weak move for Origin, but him constantly split pushing is such a strong move for Origin on the other hand. Yeah, I mean, Alfari on top of Inhibitor along with Patrick while Misfits did Baron. they're avoiding team fighting, and rightfully so. It's just they could have been so much better about pushing the side lane and been earlier about it and been better about never grouping and keeping Yorick in a side lane once he got the top 2 turrets. I just think OG could have gotten much more out of the lead they had with Yorick than what came of it this game, and they had to be less scared of Misfits grouping up and pushing. Ugh. All these catches are okay, but Misfits are just playing a much more macro-oriented game, and they're able to take turrets. And once that bottom inhibitor comes up, and OG is going to be left in a spot where they can't teamfight versus Misfits. So they had to constantly accelerate the game and play off the side lane priority of the Yorick, but they never got to that point. Or they did get to that point, they just got to that point too late. Now, team fights are going to come up, and in team fights, oh man, it's not going to look pretty for OG. They do have good team fighters like Tristana, Braum, Zoe to a certain extent. She's not the best team fighter, but she's an okay team fighter. It's just Misfit team fight is so much better. Ori Alistar and Kai'Sa backed up by Ivern, like that's just so much like team fighting prowess. And hopefully Urgot's at a point where he can hold turrets versus Yorick's, then it's not even going to allow Misfits to really truly play to that win condition. Yeah. I wish OZ were just a little bit better about split pushing this game. If they were a little bit more, if they were prioritizing split push a little bit heavier and done a better job of just being okay with losing some of the turrets mid lane, I think game looks much different. Yeah, the fight's not going to look good for OG. They just can't take team fights. Oh, Yorick's just such a shitty champion in team fights comparatively to Urgot. Even though Thoaj was massively behind the Yorick in team fights, he just... what is it? Oh, holy shit, I'm blanking out. Even though Thoaj was massively behind in team fights, or massively behind in team fights, Thoaj is much more effective because he's Urgot and the other dude is Yorick. Gorilla melting, but backline of Misfits, combination of Kai'Sa plus Ori makes it hella easy. Cartisol, boom. Oh yeah, this game looks hella dire. Damn, OZ had a win condition and split push, and they might have been able to win the game if they did more with Yorick. But Misfits drafted to teamfight. Their core win condition was teamfight, And I think OG just should have stuck to their guns a lot more. Game state, I think it's now pretty unwinnable for OG. They have to win a team fight, where I feel like Misfits have a better team fight, and it's really hard for OG to actually truly win a team fight. York's so useless compared to Urgot in a team fight. Urgot can be tanky, Urgot can go in. York just functions as a split pusher more so than a tank or even a carry in a team fight. York is just so well designed to split push, and that's where a lot of his strength is. And when you don't play the champion to his strengths, then you can have a bad time. They started Elder with Yorick, but Yorick coming in. Well, Urgot coming in from the back. They're able to melt Alistar. Urgot teleporting to end the game. They just have to keep delaying people. Oh, Zoe got her back off. Oh, they caught Ivern 3v5 situation. Holy shit. Really good situation for OG right now. They need to take full advantage of the 3v5 situation. They need to take full advantage. Nuke Duck defending. 2 people back. Oh, got Elder Drake. Burn flash on Hansama. Baron coming up in 5 seconds. Holy shit, OG has a way to win this game. Run to Baron, OG. Push mid and run to Baron. No! I guess they had to reset due to how closely Elder Drake and Baron were timed. Oh, man. The catches they got were really great, and getting Elder Drake was really big. But because Misfits got Baron, now Misfits can wait out the Elder Dragon while pushing with Baron. So Elder Drake lasts, I think, 3 minutes, and Baron lasts 4 or 5 minutes. Baron lasts a minute or 2 longer than Elder Drake, so there's going to be a timing where Misfits have Baron and Elder Drake don't, or OG doesn't have Elder Drake, and that's the timing where Misfits wants to pressure. Push, 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 push. Push, push, push. Straight on team fight, really hard, and as I talked about, the slight timing where they have Baron and Misfits, or OG doesn't have Elder Drake, Misfits was able to push on. Damn, well done by Misfits. They played to their win condition pretty well. I do think this game was in OG's hand though. OG had a chance to win and really push the game because of what they had, but they decided not to. Alright, editor, you can cut it here. JPDD, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Hey, Double F Fanboy 4. Even though I'm a Hearthstuck Diamond, I'm not Hearthstuck Groups at Worlds. I've been out of Groups at Worlds. I'm sorry, I can't say the same thing for Double Lift. Oh, if Double Lift is better than me, how come he can't make it out of Groups? Facts are hard. Double F can kill you in a 1v1 with one hand while jerking off, but can he make it out of groups though? I did it the first year I came to NA. It's taken Double F more than 8 years. Oh, of course, this year heal. I believe.